Kaiju number 8, episode 5, joining up. So, looks like he might have made it. So, let's talk about it. All right, welcome back, Geek Variant. So, today we're talking about Kaiju number 8, episode 5. And this was, again, us waiting to see if Kafka passed the test, if he was able to join up and be part of the defense force, everything that's going on with that. Basically, he gets the letter, and this is where we kind of get more understanding about Kikaru. She definitely has a soft spot for Kafka. She wants to find out more about what's going on with that whole kaiju transformation. And the fact is that he actually cared about her, not just as a weapon or a fellow warrior or anything like that. Like he looked after her like like a older brother or a father figure or somebody that could actually take care of her, that looked at her as a young girl and she needed help. So that was huge for her because again, we seen in the flashback where her father, he's more focused on goals. That's it, nothing else. So that was a kind of a big awakening for her. So she definitely kept the kaiju information to herself because she was looking out for him as well as she wants to know more about it. So she wants to question, him herself. As far as Kafka is concerned, him and Reno got the letters, and the letters talk about, hey, you've been invited to the defense force. But it was a whole selection board process that they showed, and the selection board, everybody's about to pass on Kafka. Like, yeah, no, he didn't do what he's supposed to do. He didn't pass this. He didn't pass that. But Hoshina was like, yo, I want him. Because again, Hoshino, while he's goofy, he likes comedy, he's paying attention to stuff. And now he's the vice captain for a reason. He sees that something is going on. He noticed that Kafka's life signs dropped when the 9.8 spike happened. So he knows something's up with Kafka. He's trying to figure out what that something is. So he wants to keep him close by. And through a conversation with Kikaru and Kafka, they're talking about that whole, hey, they experiment on those kaijus who get the numbers. I mean, is Hoshina part of that? Does he set them up to go get tested on? Is he one of the ones that does testing? I don't know. So makes me worry a little bit about Hoshina and what his ulterior motives may be in finding out what is going on with Kafka. So as a whole thing, there's just a little bit of mystery and intrigue behind it. Other than that, we got these fun rivalries about everybody. And of course, everybody's ragging on Kafka because Kafka is joined as a cadet. He's not a full defense force member. He's kind of like on a probationary period. So he's got about 3 months to prove himself and show that he's actually worth the salt. Again, his reasons for joining so that were, of course, he wants to fight beside Mina, but Hoshina saw that again, he has the ability to help people. He's had the ability to identify weak points and overall help with the combat effort in terms of assisting his people. So good asset to have. So either way, Kafka told Kikaru about everything that's going on. And again, he's a cadet. He's got to work twice as hard as everybody else to figure stuff out. And this is where we get these fun rivalries. And this is what I'm happy about, these fun rivalries with everybody. Rina and Iharu, it's the pink-haired one. So white hair and pink hair. Because I'm going to be bad about names. Let's just get out there. I'm really bad about these names. They're going to be going back and forth. They got like a bit of a rivalry going back and forth. And they're trying to figure out, who's going to be the better of them. While Oi and Izumo, so that's blonde hair is the big muscular one, and then blue hair, he's kind of a little bit more relaxed and chill about it. These two got a rivalry. They're kind of shooting for, I guess, blue hair was like, hey, I guess we're both going for number 2 because they kind of see that Kikuru's got number 1 on lock, and Aoi wants to be like, yeah, no, I'm going to be number 1. That's what I'm aiming for. I scored the highest on the physical fitness test. And he's like ripped, cut, straight military officer. Like he ain't playing no games. Everybody was kind of sheepish when it came to him. Uh, but again, these fun little rivalries are building, and honestly, I don't know if any of it's going to take a turn, in a negative fashion, but it seems like it's fun kind of things in the process. But even uh, he again, I butcher these names. He was very serious about everything, and he's kind of focused. But even he kind of got a little curious, and had a little a little look when they found out that Kafka and the captain are childhood friends. So they want to know everything about it because they all have a reason for joining, and most of us related to the captain. So because of that, and him being a childhood friend, they're very intrigued. Again, she saved various lives. She's inspired people. She is the modern day superhero to a lot of people in that generation. So he gives that little bit of background, and he's got that focus. He's trying to figure out what he needs to do to get better and figure out how he can, stay on the defense force. So we get this whole training montage, and it's a great training montage because it's showing a lot of different characters. We see some of the females who got inducted in. So you see Kikaru, and she's there with two others. It's blue hair girl. She's kind of like one of them She-Hulks. Like she's like eating and freaking. She ready to scrap. So I learn more about her. But in the process of this whole training montage, we see all the different training. We see Kafka trying to keep up. We see Reno still looking out for Kafka. So their friendship is still there and solid. But what got me is we find out that Kafka is trying to study and get a little bit more study time in. Hoshina comes in and talks to him. And just like, hey, don't get close to nobody. Everything is recorded, like within the dorms. So it means Kafka's gonna have to be very careful about what he says, who he talks to, and what he talks about within the dorms. Because again, he can hear everything because he heard about the entire thing about Mita's background and all that kind of stuff. So that's something that's got to be looked out for, as well as the ominous don't get close to anybody. Don't get close to anybody because you never know what can happen in this job, which is true. And that's kind of like anything with the military, but we don't recommend get close to people. You want to get close to your people and know more about them. Y'all tend to work better cohesively as a unit. So what is Hoshina's what is his reasoning for saying all that? Is it because he knows something about Kafka and he wants to snatch Kafka up and put Kafka on, on those that, hey, I might be taking you away to check out what's going on with you, or somebody's going to die at some point in time? Like, it's possible, and they're not going to be around. Like, it's very ominous. It's just kind of overarching. So anything can happen at any point in time for any reason, and then you're not attached to these people anymore. I don't know. I'm curious as to how to set up, but the episode ends on going on the first mission. Literally, while he's studying, before they even finish their conversation, the alarm goes off, and it's first mission time. Like, there's a kaiju somewhere, and now it's time to prove yourself. So next episode, we're getting into it, which I like it when they do this as far as episodes go, where we get again some story exposition, we kind of get some background, we know what's going on, so like that, and he's set up for another big fight or a big combat thing or big emotional kind of thing, like something's going on, stuff there. So it's like I don't mind straying away from it for episode because everybody just come action. Like, no, I want to know more about the story, what's going on, and that's what they're doing. So we got all that background, we got all that good stuff, a lot of good moments. Next episode, stuff should ramp up and somebody scrapping, and we should see if Kafka's going to be outed for his abilities. Everything's being monitored. So, like, are they watching his suit and they're going to see him transform? Every time they're going to see the spike. Is he just going to get through it without, showing his abilities, finding weak points, whatever the case may be? Like, what is it that he's going to do to help keep himself on the team, improve himself, as well as not get killed while everybody's watching? Because now he's in a full combat situation with everybody present. Unless he gets some separation, he's able to do what he do real quick on the sly. I don't know. This is a good show. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to see more. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is going to happen next episode? What kind of kaiju you think they're going to be fighting? that. What do you think is going to happen with Kafka? Like, is he going to be able to make it through the program without worrying about anything, or is he going to have to constantly stay in hiding? Will his secret get outed? Again, how's everything's going to go as far as his relationships with everybody? I don't know. So we'll see. Just make sure you hit that lovely red subscribe button. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, we are covering My Hero. So if you haven't checked out our My Hero Academia stuff, go ahead and check that out. And we got Demon Slayer on the way as well. So can't wait to get into these animes and see more of what freaking this lovely community has to offer for us. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.